Hey everyone, Wes here for the Fandom Power Podcast. And in this video, I want to talk about something that's become a real source of frustration for us here at the show. Talking about the Imperial rank structure and how inconsistent it's been. I don't think we've done a Star Wars review series yet where the issue of Imperial rank hasn't come up. Between the original trilogy, the Imperial era of Star Wars Legends, and the current canon, it seems like the Imperial rank structure is reinvented every time a new Star Wars property is released, which can be problematic when your new movie or TV show takes place before something that's already been established in the timeline. Most casual fans probably wouldn't blink an eye at the inconsistencies, but to more invested Star Wars fans like us here at the show, once you see them, you can't not see them every time it happens. But you might ask, how did we get here? And to answer that, we have to go back to the work of original Star Wars costume designer John Mollo. With direction from George Lucas, Mollo was instructed to come up with something that looked efficient, totalitarian, and fascist. So, taking inspiration from a World War I era German light cavalry uniform, Mollo added elements from the Imperial Navy of Japan, Soviet-era Cossack uniforms, to come up with the design we all recognize today. But when it came to the rank plaques, they were never identified, at least not in the original Star Wars. It's only through the plot of the film that we learn that Grand Moff Tarkin is the highest-ranking official aboard the Death Star. But by the time we get to The Empire Strikes Back, the Imperials finally get an established rank structure, seen here in this hand-colored production Xerox from Mollo. And it's this sketch that informs the rank structure that would appear in the Imperial sourcebook published by West End Games in 1989. It's important to remember that Star Wars role-playing game materials were required reading for Timothy Zahn before he wrote his original Thrawn trilogy. As such, it served as the only canon rank structure right up until Lucasfilm was sold to Disney in 2012. And I think part of the problem we're seeing now actually stems from that book. There is so much attention given to the organizational structure of the Empire in that book that it falls short on spelling out the entire rank structure for each military division and branch. Which is surprising considering the book also details the Imperial Order of Battle up to the Army Corps and Naval Sector Group levels. But getting back to the original trilogy films, it's only The Empire Strikes Back where the rank structure has any real meaning. As we already established, the ranks in A New Hope were never identified, and in Return of the Jedi, many Imperial officers, including Moff Jerjerrod, are wearing the incorrect rank plaque of a commander. And in the case of Hewix and Dyer, no rank plaque at all. Then, in 2014, Star Wars Rebels debuted, which was the first time we'd seen an ISB agent on screen. And while that did create some inconsistencies when it introduced Agent Callus's rank, we did get a mostly faithful depiction of the rank structure established in The Empire Strikes Back and the aforementioned Imperial sourcebook. Fast forward to 2016's Rogue One: A Star Wars Story, and costume designers Glenn Dillon and David Crossman designed a new rank chart. Gone is the concept that code cylinders also somehow contributed to a person's rank, which was overly confusing, and no one other than the most hardcore Star Wars fans understood it anyway. Not only does this chart recognize the established rank of characters like Grand Moff Tarkin and Colonel Yularen, it also establishes the Army Operations branch, and according to the chart, Galen Erso served in that branch as a colonel, which ended up creating another inconsistency, because when we see him in the flashback scene of that film, he's actually wearing the rank of an operations major. One important detail of this new rank chart, however, is the emphasis on a single row of pips, rather than the double row established in John Mollo's original art. The single row structure was used again in 2018's Solo, as well as the Obi-Wan Kenobi and Andor television series. However, Andor made a similar mistake to Rogue One when Tigo is identified as a captain, even though he's wearing the rank plaque of a security lieutenant. And speaking of security, we can't not talk about the ISB. They did, after all, play a huge role in Andor. Well, the rank plaques worn by the sector supervisors like Dedra Miro and her boss, Major Partagaz, are in line with the 2016 revised rank structure. And who knows, maybe the second season will reconcile Callus's rank plaques. You would think that with the Lucasfilm story group forming in 2012, that Imperial rank inconsistencies would be an easy fix. But then in 2022, story group lore advisor Pablo Hidalgo tweeted, "There's basically two eras for Imperial badges, pre-Death Star destruction and post. And while even the Imperial sourcebook supports this idea, it just seems lazy to me. Because what story reason is there for the Empire to overhaul their entire rank structure after the Battle of Yavin when it's been good enough for 19 years at this point? Hopefully someone on the story group has a better grip on this, and eventually we get a more complete official rank structure. But here's an even better idea. Why doesn't Lucasfilm look to passionate fans like Redditor King Doran, who's already done the work? His most recent Imperial rank chart, posted on the Maw installation subreddit in December 2022, is one of the most comprehensive Imperial rank resources on the internet. And even though it makes certain assumptions that we don't officially know yet, it answers at least one question I had in a recent livestream, that some of the earliest Imperial governors like Groton were in fact officers pulled from the sector command staff. At least until Lucasfilm tells us that they're not. But more importantly, King Doran's chart does more than just collect virtually all the ranks we've seen on screen to date. It also respectfully incorporates the work of costume designers John Mallow, Glenn Dillon, and David Crossman, merging it all into something that's easily digested. I've linked King Doran's Reddit post in the description of this video, and I hope you check it out because it's an awesome resource. But that's it for this video. I'd love to know your thoughts on Imperial rank. Do you think it's as inconsistent as I've presented it here? Or maybe you didn't notice? Or maybe you don't even care? Either way, hit me up in the comments and let me know. And guys, don't forget to like and subscribe for more awesome Star Wars videos like this one. And if you want to have your name added to the Fandom Power production team, check out our Patreon. Till the next video, bye for now.